and welcome to Wednesday's maths lesson. So, the first thing I would like you to do is think back to yesterday's lesson. I've asked you two questions. What is perimeter? And the second question, are we looking at 2D shapes at the moment or 3D shapes? Pause the video here, have a go, and then I'll tell you the answer in a minute. So, you should have paused the video, let's go through the answers. So, a perimeter is the distance all the way around a 2D shape. Now that is going to give you a clue to the next question. Doesn't matter if you didn't write exactly that, but basically the perimeter is when you measure all the way around the sides of a 2D shape. So, question, are we looking at 2D shapes or 3D shapes? We're looking at 2D shapes today, okay? Perimeter is the distance all the way around a 2D shape. Now we're carrying on with perimeter today, but instead of measuring, we're going to calculate perimeter, okay? So today is the 3rd of March 2021 and our LI is to calculate perimeter. So step 1 is to measure perimeter, which is what we did yesterday, but we're linking to it today. Step 2 is to calculate perimeter using repeated addition, okay? And step 3 is to calculate perimeter using multiplication. So you could use your times tables to work out some of the perimeters of these shapes. Let's find out how. So, I'm going to talk you through how to find the perimeter of these 3 2D shapes. We've got a square, a triangle and a rectangle. We do not need a ruler to answer this question. Sometimes in like test papers or on worksheets, they're not to scale, which means if you measure them, you actually won't get the right answer. It's telling you how long each of these sides are, so you just have to take their word for it, okay? So, with the first question, we've got a square, haven't we? Okay, we're wanting to know what the perimeter is of this square. So, we know, if you want to be super clever, we don't actually need these labels. I've put them on there to help you, but we don't need them. We only really need this label. And the reason for that is every single side on a square is the same length. So that means if this side is 3 centimetres, then this side, and this side are all 3 centimetres. So what do you think the question might be, the number sentence we might need to write to work out the perimeter of this shape? Have a little think to yourself and I'm going to write the answer. So what we could do to work out the answer is we could do, I need to underline it, 3 centimetres, add 3 centimetres, add 3 centimetres, add 3 centimetres. Now if we add all that up in our head, we get the answer 12 centimetres. Now if you want to be really, really clever today, you don't need to add all those things up to work it out. You know that a square has got 4 sides to it, okay? So we can do 3 centimetres times 4 because they're all 3 centimetres, aren't they? And we're timesing it by 4 sides. And we know that 3 times 4 is 12 centimetres. Now that's step 3 today, so that's a bit tricky, but well done if you can see that. Let's do the same with our triangle. Now with our triangle, we've found out that all of the sides are the same length. We don't always know, unless it's an equilateral triangle, we're not always sure that all the sides are the same length, okay? But this is telling us that they're all 2 centimetres. So we need to look at all of the labels for each of the sides. Now to work out the answer for this, you would do 2 centimetres, add 2 centimetres, add 2 centimetres, and that's because we've got 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. Now we know that is 6 centimetres. That's not a hard question, is it? Now again, if you want to be a little bit clever today, you can do 2 centimetres times 3 because you know there are 3 sides in a triangle. Now that would be 6 centimetres, wouldn't it? Now we're going to move on to a slightly different question. Now with a rectangle, you know that all the sides are not the same length. Okay, with a rectangle, we've got 2 longer sides and 2 shorter sides. Now the 2 longer sides are the same length and the 2 shorter sides are the same length of the rectangle. So we know that if that side is 2 centimetres, then that side must also be 2 centimetres. And if that side is 6 centimetres, then the opposite side must be 6 centimetres. That only works with a rectangle. If you've got another four-sided shape, another quadrilateral, it might not work. So if you're told it's a rectangle, this definitely works, okay? And you can see that the sides, this side is the same as this side. Now, to work out our question, we need to do our repeated addition. Let's start at this corner here and measure that, and we're going to add that corner, add that corner, that side, sorry, add that side first. So we're going to do 6 centimetres, add 2 centimetres. So we're here now. Now we need to do another 6 centimetres, add another 2 centimetres, add 6 centimetres, add 2 centimetres, equals. Now to work this out quickly, what I'm going to do, 6 add 6, 12, 2 add 2, 4. What is 12 add 4? 12 add 4 is 16. So the answer must be 16 centimetres. Now that was my turn. Now let's go on to our turn. Here are 3 different 2D shapes. I would like you to calculate the perimeter of these shapes. We have got a rectangle, we have got a square, and let's just count the sides of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have got a hexagon. So I want you to calculate the perimeter of these 3 2D shapes. Remember, the perimeter is the distance all the way around. And then you can do the hot challenge. Can you find out more than one way to calculate the perimeter? What it means by that is we've found 2 ways to do that question, and we found 2 ways to do that question. So they just want to know, can you find more than one way? Pause the video here, have a go, and then we will go through what we think are the answers. So here you can see I haven't worked out what the actual answer is, but I've worked out what I'm going to do to work out the answer. So our rectangle, we need to do 6 centimetres, add 6 centimetres, add 2 centimetres, add 2 centimetres, and that is going to equal 16 centimetres. Oh no, it's not. What am I on about? 6 add 6 is 12, and 2 add 2 is... Oh, it is 16. I don't know what I was going on about then. 16 centimetres. Hexagon. Again, we've got repeated addition here. 4 add 4, add 4, add 4, add 4, add 4. Now, you can do that. That's absolutely fine. You'll get the right answer. But an easier way to do that, and this links to the second question, is going to be 6 times 4. Okay, 6 times 4 is 24, so the answer will be 24 centimetres. The same with the square, okay? So the square is 3 centimetres, so it will be 3, 3, 3, 3 to go all the way round. That is the same as 4 times 3 then, isn't it? So that would equal 12 centimetres, okay? So when they were asking, can you find more than one way to calculate the perimeter? That kind of means you can either do it by showing the adding, so 3 add 3 add 3 add 3, or the timesing, using however many sides they are. We know they're all the same length of a square, for example. 3 times 4 is 12. We're just quickly going to move on. Well done if you've got the answers right. And we're going to go on to our next hour turn. Okay, so what I would like you to do now, I'm not going to tell you how we do it because I think you will know by now. Calculate the perimeter of these squares. So remember, they're squares. So think about what a square, the properties are of a square. Pause the video here and have a go. So, how did you get on? We know that a square has 4 sides of all the same length. So the perimeter of this square is going to be 5 centimetres, 5 centimetres, 5 centimetres, 5 centimetres. 5 times 4 is 20 centimetres. So the perimeter of that one is going to be 20 centimetres. Now with this one, you can see they've actually put millimetres there. Okay, remember, it's not to scale, and if you measured it, you wouldn't get the right answer. Okay, it's told you that this side is 10 millimetres. So therefore, it will be 10, add 10, add 10, add 10. And then we need to make sure that we're putting the correct measurement on the end. So that'll be 40, I only wrote centimetres then, that'll be 40 millimetres, okay? It's very important that we make sure we put the correct unit of measurement on. Well done if you got those two right. It shows you that even though you might think it's impossible, you actually can work out the answer. You can work out the perimeter of a square or something that has sides all the same length, like a hexagon that's regular or an equilateral triangle. Right, our mild challenge today is the first side of your worksheet. The medium challenge is the whole worksheet. Remember, they get slightly harder as we go along. Question 7, question 8, they do get a lot harder. And our hot chili challenge is the worksheet that's uploaded to Dojo, and that is our problem solving worksheet. Good luck!